In the center of the city, there was an unremarkable station. An old man always sat on the bench a little after 7 o'clock in the evening. He habitually left an empty space, as if waiting for someone. He looked at the watch in his hand and lit a cigarette, but the flame did not catch. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew, and his hat lifted into the air. At once, his thoughts drifted back to 60 years ago. At that time, he was still a young man. Because he was late, he almost missed a date. But the woman was not angry. Instead, she took out a hat and gave it to him. She always sat on the right side of the bench, so she could greet him as quickly as possible. The young man pulled out a diamond ring and put it on her finger. They were going to be married. From that day on, they walked hand in hand and built a home together. But the happy days did not last long. The man was sent to the front line and forced to leave his wife. That day, they embraced deeply at the station. At that time, the woman was already pregnant. From then on, whether it was windy or rainy, whether it was sunny or stormy, she came to the station to wait for him. Later, their child was born. The platform of waiting changed from one person to two people. But as the child grew up, the husband never returned. 3 years later, a bus arrived at the station. The man finally came back. At the moment they met, he dropped his luggage and held his wife tightly. Their son saw his father for the first time, excitedly put the hat on his head, and the family was finally reunited. But now, the old man looked at everything and could not feel joy, because just 5 years later, his wife became seriously ill. The man held her hand and brought her to the station to wait for the bus called death. In the end, they looked at each other and smiled. Then the woman boarded the bus alone. Until the last moment, she could not bear to look away from her husband. She knew she would never return. After that, the man turned around, walked over, and merged with the old man. When he woke again, he was back in reality. But in the next second, he noticed the watch in his hand had stopped. Was it broken? He touched his head helplessly and found that the hat was floating above him. No matter how hard he pressed, it would not come down. When he finally removed it, he realized he had already left the world of the living. All those images just now were only flashes before death. At that moment, a bus slowly arrived. The old man looked closely and showed a shocked expression. His wife had come to take him. They looked into each other's eyes, embraced tightly, and in the end, they boarded the bus together.